What's going on, YouTube? So if you are watching this video, you probably want to know exactly how you can pass the part 107 drone test, right? So if you guys see right here, I've noticed on a lot of these videos they don't show you guys them actually passing, right? So there's no way 100% you know that they passed the test. So in today's video, I'm going to be the first person to actually show you my real life results, which you can see right there as a 78 as my score. I had to put a little tape over my important information numbers, right? Just so those won't be exposed to the public. Hopefully you guys didn't see those, but you guys saw the 78. I passed with a 78, which is almost a B after I want to say probably 3 weeks of studying on and off, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours a day. On the last 2 or 3 days, I crammed for maybe 4 to 6 hours using these books I'm going to show you and a online website. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. I don't want to make this video long at all. I want you guys to be able to get straight into studying and make sure you guys pass this part 107 drone test. So the first thing that I say you guys should get, and is a must for anyone getting ready to take the test, is this remote pilot test prep by ASA. I had the 2019 version, guys, and I got a 78 on the test. So if that isn't enough to show you guys exactly what you need to pass this test, is probably going to be this book right here. And a lot of these people who are trying to sell you these courses for $300, $400, and even more, right, that let you pass in 2 days, they're pulling their questions right out of this book, right? They're pulling their questions right out of this book. So you would need that one. That one also pairs with this one. When I actually sat down to take the test, this was the exact book that they had sitting in front of me. It just had 2023 on it, right? This book has a lot of things about the airspace. I'm even going to switch to one that was on the test, that was on a lot of practice tests as well. Let me go ahead. Okay, so these right here, this is not the one I was going to show you guys, but these right here are something you want to get familiar with. You want to know how to read these. You want to be able to tell what the letters mean as far as the time, the elevation, right, rain, stuff like that. You want to be able to read through this and know what SM means, right? What KT means, all of those things. So let's go ahead and skip to one more other thing real quick. Like I said, we're going to try to keep this as short as possible. This was also on the test, this diagram that you see right here. It just asked you questions about the arrows, what the arrows mean, and if you were a plane, which way would you be taking off and landing, right? So you want to get familiar with things like that. The other book that I read was this book right here. This book I read not as much as I did the other book. I want to say, as far as studying, this book was only read one time, barely all the way through. And this was probably 10% of the actual studying that I did, just because when I read this book, I didn't read it all at once. And that book wasn't really my go-to as far as me learning, memorizing, and understanding, right, these questions about the drone. So it was really this book. Then after we showed that already, I just want to go ahead and show you guys the legend. So my legend says Atlanta. This is an old legend, right, but it's still very, very accurate. They still have some of the frequencies right here, and they tell you exactly what each number means. You guys need to know what these numbers mean for the test. You guys need to know these symbols. I would get familiar with these symbols, and then I would definitely switch towards the air traffic service and airspace information, and make sure that you guys know what these lines and stuff mean as far as the airspace, as they relate to airspace. It's kind of hard for my webcam to focus right here. Come on, webcam, focus. So my webcam doesn't want to focus. All right, it doesn't want to focus, but I'm gonna just read these off. So one of them say Class B airspace, right? Class D airspace, and then the ceiling, and then you have obstructions next to it, which they show the towers, the group of towers, right? The single towers and the lighted towers, and then they have a miscellaneous section. They have a miscellaneous section at the bottom right there, which is basically going to be things like gliders, right? People who are you know, doing skydiving, X, Y, and Z, stuff like that. You do also want to know those. I had 1 or 2 questions on the test about that, right? But the main thing for this test, guys, is that you purchase this book right here and that you are consistently reading this book over your time period for studying, whether that's 10 minutes a day for you, an hour a day for you, 2 hours a day for you, whatever it is. You guys need to be consistently looking at this. I wouldn't spend 3 or 4 hours on this one day out of the week and then basically do the same thing next week. Most likely you won't pass if you have that as your strategy. So right before we end the video, I just want to go straight into Google. When you go into Google, you want to type in free dash FAA-exam.kingschools.com. This is a free tool right here, test tool that I've used to take my test. When I was taking this test, I think I went anywhere from when I first started from a 40 all the way up to a 70%. I wasn't consistently getting 70% the week before the test. I was getting consistent 60s, right? But this test right here is a great free tool, not only because they let you take up to 60 questions, which emulates a test. It has certain categories, right? So when you're doing this book right here and you're actually going through this book continuously, right, you're going to notice certain categories that you're weak in. So you can actually come to this website, do up to 60 questions. You can change the number from 10, anywhere from 1 to 60. You can change it to 60, and you can just say you're struggling with airspace and weather. You can uncheck everything but airspace and weather. You can hit start test. It times you. When you go through the test and actually answer the questions, right? We're just going to click 2 questions real quick to show you guys. It actually tells you what you got right and what you got wrong, right? So it doesn't explain you why you got it wrong, right? And why you got it wrong, like this book right here does in detail, right? Before and after you actually answer each question, but it does tell you the correct answer, right? So as far as people who are memorizing, people who are just trying to finish the test, right? People who have maybe already done more of their due diligence about understanding, and now they just really want to get focused in on the right answer to get a higher percentage on this test to make sure they pass. I would definitely use King Schools. King Schools in this book right here are unmatched. If I had to pick one between King Schools and the book, I would pick the book just because the book actually gives you information on why you got stuff wrong over King Schools. But King Schools is actually a free tool. The book is not free. But like I said, a lot of these questions that are in this book are the exact same questions that are on the test. Same with King Schools, but the book gives you way more questions, right? And it gives you that information of why you got certain things wrong or why certain things are not the correct answer, right? So I definitely think you guys should get this book if you haven't already. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Come back here and tell me guys what you actually got. If you guys have an actual question about something that you guys are seeing a lot and you can't really figure out what the answer is or why it is the answer, make sure you guys just leave a comment below in the comment section. But I think you guys should have everything you need to pass this with over a 70. You only have to get above a 70 to pass this drone license. If you do fail the test, don't worry, you can go back and take the test again. I think it's about 2 weeks for you can reapply to take the test. If it's not 2 weeks, it is 3. But I don't remember the exact time date for that. But I don't think you guys will be needing that, since you guys are going to pass the test the first go round, right? From consistently studying from this remote pilot test prep book and using your other online resources. When you guys do pass the test, come back here, let me know what you guys got, so we can celebrate, man. And we're going to be moving on into some more things that are drone related on this channel. So make sure you guys are staying tuned. Peace.